Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And head to headlines where you decide the content, what we talk about next. So we give you two headlines, and based on the headline alone, you choose which story we're going to talk about. Remember, we'll never talk about the other story again, so be careful in what you choose. You text in 312-591-8300, headline number 1 or headline number 2. Here is headline number 1. Man calls 911 because neighbor wasn't cleaning her cat's litter box. Quote, the house stank.
I've never heard you use the word stank before.
He doesn't say it right. It doesn't roll off the tongue, does it?
What, stank?
No.
How should I say it?
You can tell you're scrunching your nose up.
Stank.
You can tell your nose scrunched.
Will you say it?
Stank.
Okay, stank.
It takes you a while.
You do say it slow.
Yeah, why do you say it so slow? Stank. The house stank. Why does it stink?
Stank. All right, that's headline number 1. If you want to hear more on that story, text in headline number 1.
We ran out of time. And you just said the word stank.
Stank.
That's all we're going to do till 10.
Stank. Headline number 2. A customer attacked a server at Waffle House after she took his cigar. We don't have Waffle Houses around here. It's too bad. You got to go downstate and further in the south. But if you've ever been to one.
I love Waffle House.
Yeah, it's obviously a late-night, 24-hour place that serves breakfast. And if you're online, you've seen the stories and the fights and the weird things that go on there. So that's what happened there. So
Good times. Good Waffle House times.
So headline number 1, headline number 2. Again, headline number 1, man calls 911 because neighbor wasn't cleaning her cat's litter box. Quote, this house stank. And then headline number 2, a customer attacked a server at Waffle House after she took his cigar. Which story you want to hear more about? Well, text in and let us know, and we'll talk about it after Walk the Moon.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for Head to Headlines, where you choose the content we talk about by texting in headline number 1 or headline number 2. We'll never talk about the other story again. Now, headline number 1 was, man calls 911, or 911, I should say, because neighbor wasn't cleaning her cat's litter box. Quote, this house stank. It stank. And headline number 2, a customer attacked a server at Waffle House after she took his cigar.
Okay.
Now, apparently people feel like that headline told the whole story. The person at Waffle House got attacked, and she took his cigar.
People aren't even saying 1 or 2. They're saying the stank story.
Oh, okay, good.
Stank story.
Well, that one won, so here we go into man calls 911 because neighbor wasn't cleaning her cat's litter box. This house stank. Now, this is rare because we have a full audio story. What happened was the guy called 911. We have the 911 call. So I'm just going to play it, and you guys tell me stop, Kenzie, in case if you just want to hear or have a comment about something you hear in the call, okay? It's about 90 seconds, and here we go.
Atlanta 911 operator 6354. What is the location for your emergency?
Atlanta, Georgia, Southwest.
Is somebody else already on 911 speaking to another operator?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Calling them because the cat got the house smelling bad, ma'am.
So what she asked, if you couldn't make that out, is someone else in the house on the phone with 911 too? And he said yes. So it was the woman who owned the cat was also on 911 while he was calling 911 because she was calling on him complaining about the litter box stanking.
So they were both calling 911 on each other at the same time.
Yes, in the same house.
It's like a draw.
It's like the Spider-Man meme where the two Spider-Mans are pointing at each other.
That's exactly what's going on. He gets excited then when she figures it out. He goes, yeah, so here we go again. We'll back it up a minute.
Yes, ma'am. Calling them because the cat got the house smelling bad, ma'am. And I'm saying to her, too, about it. She's trying to burn incense in here, and it's not getting better. It's getting worse.
Now, I got to say, do you remember this is really old, the Cajun chef? He was a guy named Justin Wilson, one of the first kind of chefs on TV back in the day, and he had that kind of same accent. This guy sounds like very Cajun, that, yes, ma'am.
Well, wait, wasn't that guy
like
in Looney
a New
Tunes?
Orleans? Are you trying to say New Orleans accent?
Yes, exactly.
Nolans?
And that's where the Cajun chef was from. And this guy, even though he's from Atlanta, I bet if we do his roots, he goes back to Louisiana.
I'll get right on that. I'll get his ancestry DNA kit to make sure that he's from New Orleans. Who was the Cajun chef? His name was the Cajun chef?
Justin Wilson was the Cajun chef on TV.
Okay, I don't know him.
And he would always say, I guarantee you put that.
Wasn't that a cartoon? Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Foghorn Leghorn, I think.
Thinking of Foghorn Leghorn. Thank you very much.
Who was also Cajun. Foghorn
and
Leghorn.
funny as hell.
Oh, Foghorn Leghorn had some good lines. You know,
I'm sorry. Yes, I know who Foghorn Leghorn is. I just, for a lot of people, with the accent.
all right.
I just didn't know if you were going to bring up somebody else. I was just waiting.
Nope.
Kenzie, who do you know that has a Cajun accent?
I just, good Lord. And I've never heard it called a Cajun. I've heard it called a New Orleans accent.
Yeah, it's Cajun. They call it that.
Cajun's a seasoning.
Correct, but it's also a culture.
When you think about it, an accent is really the seasoning of the voice.
Okay.
Pretty good. All right, back to the 911 call. We'll back it up a bit.
Got the house smelling bad now. And I'm saying to her, too, about it. She's trying to burn incense in here, and it's not getting better. It's getting worse, the smell. And it make me sick of the stomach. I pay rent. I live here, man.
You're saying a cat in the house is making...
Yeah, it's a cat that she got living. This is a rooming house, man. This is not her house. And she got a cat in here that she do not let go outside now and day. He stays in the house every day. She had one cat that was here, and he would go and come on his own,
Which is really funny.
What's funny about that?
She had another cat here, and he left and came on his own volition.
It's like a traveling salesman.
Yeah, that cat went and played ball and went to work and all that. And this other cat just stays in the house.
He's a free spirit. He can't settle down.
Yeah.
That's right. He's scared of commitment.
Now, sadly, that cat had an unfortunate ending.
come on his own, and go backwards and come on his own. But now something happened to him. He died. So he died. And
This is quite the backstory.
I want to know. All he says is something happened to him. He died. What was the something?
Well, it wasn't him because he said something nice about how he helped out when that cat died. And here it is again, like died, something happened to him.
but now something happened to him. He died. So he died. And
What happened? I don't know. He died.
he come back the same day. I would have the decency to bury the cat for that.
He helped bury that cat.
That's very nice.
Very nice.
He could have murdered it and then buried it.
Well,
a lot of people bury the bodies they murder.
do you think he sat there at the funeral of the cat, just acting crying, just with fake tears?
Pretending. No one knows he committed. We'll see him on Snap in a few years.
Oh.
And when I get back home the next day, she already got another cat here.
Oh, I got another cat. Oh, I mean, you miss your cat. You
I'm
want to
sorry,
get another
is
animal.
this 3 cats now?
Well, it's 2. One died, and then
We got another cat.
But the other cat is the new cat that's causing the
Oh,
stank.
it's the same cat at the beginning.
Yes.
We need to name him. He's got to be like cat 1, 2, and 3 or something.
Yeah.
This is a lot. Cat crimes is getting really.
So the new cat that doesn't just come and go as he pleases, like the first cat did that passed away, sadly, is causing the stank.
Got another cat here, but this cat here, he's a house cat. He don't go outside.
No, he don't go outside. Isn't that? You ever see a cat on a leash outside? Somebody walking their cat?
I tried that with my cat, and boy, they just roll around and get so angry.
Why'd you want to just take him out for a walk? Because I just want to get him snared?
He couldn't survive if I let him outside. I knew that.
Yeah.
He was so fat, he would barely walk. He'd just roll over.
Did he want to go outside?
I don't think so. I was trying to help him.
Get some walks?
Some air and some movement. Good Lord.
Oh, okay. Here's more of the call.
But she is not changing that cat pan and stuff in here like she should. And this house is stank, ma'am. And I done told the landlord I cannot stand that smell. And he telling me to call him when I smell the smell. When I get in from work, it's too late. What I'm calling you, you're not going to come out here and do nothing about that?
Okay, sir. The lady's already on the phone with another operator. Once the police get out there, you can go ahead and give them your side of the story also.
Okay.
All right, then. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you know what? I feel him in this scenario because when you call customer service and you give your whole spiel and they're like, well, let me connect you to the right department. And you're like, I cannot believe.
I got to tell all this again?
I thought I was already on with the correct person. They should tell you up front, give me limited detail.
I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to pass you.
I'm a department connector. They need to say that. I hate when that happens. Like, all right, well, we'll get you on with the company. It's like, who are you? Who are you and why are you here? I hate that.
That defeatedness in his voice at the end. Wait, so you can't help me. I got to wait for them?
Okay.
All right, then. Thank you.
Well, you could tell he told a story really fast. He probably thought it was like first come, first serve. So if the other girl's telling her story slower,
yes,
he's going to win.
She's right 50 feet from him telling the cops there, I want the right story there. Well, that's a shame. We don't. Case, keep following up on this one for me, by the way.
I'm going to figure out if he's from New Orleans or not. We know now he's living in Atlanta. I'm going to get to the bottom of his ancestry, and I'm going to get to the bottom of what's coming out of that cat's bottom, too.
Ew.
Oh.
We don't need to hear about that.
Oh,
Why is it the litter box?
stank.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Well, how you can join Brian and Kenzie in London for the Bears game coming up in sports right about 9:05, so stay right here for that. But in the meantime, one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in my life. And I know all of us got this DM'd over the weekend because Kenzie just last week was at Six Flags Great America up in Gurnee and rode their new ride called the Sky Striker.
Yes.
Which is like a big pendulum and it spins and everybody's kind of looking. It's a circle and it goes up and down and up and down. And you said it was amazing and insane.
I loved it. It's like a way, way, way better version of the kids swinging ship. Like that type of ride. Yes.
Yeah. Now, something happened over the weekend. What we're talking about is this viral video of an amusement park in Oregon had this ride called the Atmosphere, but Atmosphere because the fear is all.
Witty. I like it.
It's all capitalized. It's a pendulum ride, but it swings 360 degrees when the circle everyone sits in also spins. That's kind of similar.
So it goes upside down completely, though.
But this thing goes all the way around.
Yeah. So the one I went on, I mean, I would say goes like 280 instead of 360. Like it goes very high on both sides, but it does not go all the way around.
Case, can you draw me a diagram of 280?
No.
How far that goes up? Yeah.
I mean, off the top of my head.
So this thing got stuck when it was straight upside down in the air.
Good Lord.
28 people were on it, and I don't know how it just stopped right there. But it,
What
like,
obviously, like
one in a million shot.
That's a bummer.
And it lasted 25 minutes. The people were stuck upside down for 28 people for 25
You'd have to feel
minutes.
so I can't even imagine how sick you'd be.
Oh my God.
Stuff like that high in the air, completely upside down, not partially, completely. You're not meant to. You're not. Your body's not meant for that. We're not bats.
No.
You know what I mean?
They closed the park. They said, let's get everybody out of here.
Well, they were all these people on their social media. They're like, whoa, let's slow down.
Yeah, too late because it already got over everywhere. But
Yep.
I mean, it was announced over the loudspeaker. And then while people were filtering out, workers were able to manually lower the ride, which I guess it kind
What
of.
does that mean, manually? Like you put a rope on it, hold
they-
it? Like what do you mean?
I think they actually did. They put harnesses on the
Shut
rope.
up.
Yes, and they had to kind of pull people down that way.
Immediately no.
Because everybody was secure, so the new people were safe in how it was, but they had to get it off from being unstuck. And they used some cables and ropes and things like that to somehow get it unstuck. And then it must have just swung like,
Probably came down very fast.
yeah.
Like breaking a branch. That's hard to imagine.
Yeah, no one was hurt. One person took to a hospital as a precaution
Oh.
because they probably were just anxiety-ridden, just mentally
Could you
freaking out.
imagine, like, you know when, like, a company messes up? What do you think they got for free? Like funnel cakes?
Probably $10 funnel cake coupon. It doesn't even cover a whole
Hey,
funnel cake.
everyone, want some ginger ale? I'm sure your stomach doesn't feel great. Like, what did you give people?
Do you think they got offered a free ride on the ride when it gets fixed? They're like, guys, we know what's wrong now. We're going to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they got some exit line passes for sure, though. If you want to cut to the front of the rest of our rides, no thank you.
I wonder if those people that, are just really, they're just that upset about it, they'll never do it again. But they'll probably be back at the park and riding roller coasters and doing that again.
I bet they just wouldn't go on that ride again. Like that style of ride.
I wouldn't leave my house again if this happened to me. I don't know. You guys are shaking this off like it's no big deal. The video's up on Q101's Facebook page right now if you haven't seen it. It's the most horrifying thing imaginable. Kenzie was exactly right. They look like bats hanging in the sky, but they're humans.
They
Way
are
up
humans.
there. Way up there.
I see. I wouldn't be deterred from riding on rides anymore. I don't think. But like, I think we all have one ride that scares us.
Yeah.
Every one of them in the park for me.
I know, Case. Case is just bubble boy. It's unbelievable. But I think I have one irrational fear about a ride. Never got stuck on it. But it's any of the tower drop rides where they just pull you in there and they drop you.
Yeah.
Any, like, whatever. They're always, doomsday, tower drop. I always think I'm going to get decapitated. That's what I imagine.
Is that where, because I grew up near Cedar Point in Ohio, and there was one called the Demon Drop there.
Yes.
Is that kind of the same deal?
Demon Drop, Doomsday Drop, any of the, where you go up, it's usually 4 sides.
Yeah.
And then you just randomly drop from the air.
And the biggest problem was that in your life was it just took, you didn't know when it was going to drop.
Yeah, so you wait up there as like a death drop.
Yeah.
Right. The reason I can't handle this, because I'm not scared of heights, none of that. I think I'm going to get decapitated because I always think my hair is stuck behind me.
Oh,
and then the ride's going to
God.
drop and my head's going to come off. I think I'm going to get decapitated. I cannot go on it.
That seems like a Simpsons episode where that happens and your head just hanging there dangling.
That's all. I can't do it. I'm not scared of the drop. I'm not like, oh, butterfly. It's not. I go,
Yeah.
my head's going to come off. My hair will absolutely get stuck in this. My hair gets stuck in everything.
I remember the
Why
demon.
would this be different?
On the Demon Drop, we'd put, someone told me to do this in line. I did it. You put a penny on your thigh. And then when it drops, the penny goes into the air
yeah.
and floats in front of you. And then when it turns at the bottom, it hits you in the face.
It's
the
fun.
penny.
It's good quality fun.
Oh, that was good.
And then y'all punch each other after.
Ah! Did the penny hit you in the face? No.
Loser. Dude, I got decapitated though. So.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 Sports, brought to you by the Marquee Network. Stream Cubs baseball at watchmarquee.com.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
And if you watched lately, it's been a little rough. Cubs have lost 16 of their last 23. Now, Shota Imanaga, of course, having a stellar game on Saturday. That's fun to watch. But Cubs haven't won a series since the White Sox mini-series. Feels like a month ago? I know. Both teams are struggling right now. It's that bad stretch of the middle of summer here. Giants at Wrigley tonight. And then the White Sox lost the series against the D-backs, and they lost 12-5 yesterday. They're now 19-45. Astros on the south side tonight. So let's talk about something we're looking forward to.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go. What do you got for me, Brian?
Well, it's the most anticipated Bears season in any of our lifetimes. Listing right now with Caleb Williams' #1 pick, a redo of the offense. We're coming off a good defensive year at the end of last season. Let's go.
Amen.
And let's go to London with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So just off the top of the deal here, that the trips are moving, okay? So if you want to join this party, get on the bandwagon right now. Q101.com/London has all the information about going to see the Bears play in London. And you might think, well, that's a flight, a hotel, the game, and then I come back, which, would be fine. But that's not how we roll. That's not how we do this. That's not how we do it.
How we doing it?
You explain, Kenzie.
Okay, this is how we doing it. Brian doesn't know nothing. No,
You get very passionate and excited about, because
Yes.
I've been to London once, and I'm
Right.
ready to go back, but you have not been there.
Yes, I have never been to London, and I found out about this trip, and of course, it's really exciting to go to London and see the Bears. Slam dunk, it's premium seats. There's also like tailgating, like drinks included, all this really fun stuff with it, okay?
Yup.
But I was like, God, I've never seen London. Maybe I can extend my trip. Don't have to worry about it because this trip is actually Wednesday through Monday. And the Wednesday's the travel day, but they have scheduled out like a total tourist London trip tied in with the Bears game. So Thursday is like the walking tour. You're going to see the London Eye. All those major points in London, like the castles and everything that you want to see. That's like Thursday.
The big clock, Big Ben.
Yes, all that action. Okay, now there's also going to be, because we have, Friday and Saturday to fill, and then Sunday's the game. We're going to have a pub crawl. So we're going to all the iconic different pubs in London, trying the best of the best. We're going to bar hop together, so it's going to be a total party. And then a curated food tour as well, which I know like London and UK, it's not known for food. It's not like Italy, right? But that doesn't mean there's not good food there. So it's really dope to go on a trip where they have found the good food, so you don't end up eating crap, okay? So this is good. Now you get to eat the good stuff.
You found the good
best
food.
of the best. Amen. That is also checked off. You're also going to have a little bit of free time. Thursday's slam. Thursday is like the walking tours and everything. Now, Friday and Saturday are the staggered pub crawl and the food tour. So you have a little bit of personal time. I know me personally, I'm going to be hopping on that train that goes from London to Paris, and it's not expensive, and it takes like a few hours. You have to go through the mountains. So you have a little bit of that time for a few personal things that you want, and then boom, the Bears game, premium seats as the total grand finale. This is the trip that I would plan on my own. And it's so cool to have all of it catered, all of it taken care of, safe travel, good hotel, reliable. Because sometimes you book this stuff. I'm the booker in my family, and I book this stuff, and I'm like, well, I really hope those tour guides are there that I just booked. Like, this is just, it's so nice to feel secure and like it's all handled. I love this kind of stuff when I'm booking trips. So I'm very amped about this. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, sorry.
But you know what? You should be, because this is an elite trip. And, just for the game, they are premium seats to that Bears-Jaguars game, October 13th. Early entrance to the stadium, which is Tottenham Stadium, which will be so cool, as I've seen it in Wembley, an NFL game before. And I can't wait to go see this one now. And there'll be, food pregame, halftime drinking. It is a complete setup if you are a diehard sports fan. And like Kenzie wants to see London, too. There's nothing better than this, that we want all of you, or as many as you that can, come along for the ride. So you go to Q101.com/London.
Let's go!
Let's go! And if you do it before the end of June, so you've got, 2 weeks left?
Yes.
Only a deposit is needed to book by the end of June. So you can get it going and, get just, you know what? What Case, the producer, always says. What do you say, Case?
Live Moss, baby.
Live Moss.
Amen.
You can put these things off and say, I'll go another time they do it. It's tough right now. But you know what? You've got to go when it's here. And this package has been built so perfectly for the Q101 listener that I can't imagine it getting better than this.
Well, the thing is, obviously, London's there. I understand that you could pick a different year to go to London on your own. But this trip with, obviously, the crew members and stuff isn't always there. And the Bears in London aren't always there, especially on a year that's promising for the Bears. Like, this all doesn't exist. This cannot be 100% replicated. We're not doing this every October, or I'll go the next time. So, yes, you could go to London a different time, but you can't copy and paste this experience again. That's not going to happen.
Yep. Live Moss.
Amen.
Live Moss. Go to Q101.com/London for all the details.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Well, promised you could see a band for free, and it's that one right there, Neon Trees, the next Q101 pop-up at the Cubby Bear.
Ooh.
Yes, Monday, July 1st, sponsored by our great friends, the Cubby Bear, Modelo, and Wintrust Community Bank. So all that in attendance and having a good time, obviously, with this pop-up 21 and over show. Download your first come, first serve ticket and enter for a chance to win guaranteed entry passes, because this one's going to be packed, at Q101.com. Again, the Cubby Bear at Neon Trees, Monday, July 1st, free for you.
And, no one's busy. It's a Monday, so, we'll see you there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, there's no Cubs game. They're that's a day off for them, actually. So come and fill up the Cubby Bear, and you should be able to find some parking then that way, hopefully. So,
Amen.
Yeah, come on out. Other local news today doesn't involve Q101. All city pools open today officially. I know it's always Memorial Day to Labor Day usually, but they have a lot of staffing problems. The Park District in Chicago, they filled 65% of the summer lifeguard positions, and then they say they won't have much trouble filling it up. But, if you're still looking for a job, a lifeguard sounds to be a great job.
You think so?
I do. I'd be a little paranoid.
That's a lot of pressure, I was going to say.
It'd be good for other people. My OCD would kick in, and I'd be looking with everybody, making sure no one's drowning, every person, and going in the pool.
Most lifeguards are making sure no one's drowning.
Yeah, but I don't think I could stop focusing on it so much that it'd drive me insane, my anxiety. But there's people that are built different than me out there that can handle it.
Yeah.
There's 446 seasonal lifeguards for 710 open positions. So, but they are open today. All the beaches and all the pools should be good. Park District added incentives last summer, including a $600 signing bonus and free event tickets, and attracting more lifeguards. So they may have some perks for you there, too, if you're going for it.
And what is it, just a swim at your own risk if they don't, big sign?
Well, they have enough lifeguards, they say, right now to cover those situations, but they could use some more. They want to fill every job, and there's jobs out there if you can do it. Sad they're going to pour one out, sadly. Local news over the weekend broke that Northwest Indiana pizza locations suddenly closed, and it was 15 of them.
What?
15 Pizza Huts?
15 Pizza Huts in the region. And
That's a lot in one region.
I think so.
Right?
We're looking, I'm not trying to sound like Howard Dean here. We're going to Portage and Chesterton and Valpo and Hobart and Winfield and Crown Point, Cherville, Griffith, Hammond, Maryville, LaPorte, Michigan City, Lowell, Cedar Lake, and Munster. Ja! That's really sad. And it seems like every time something closes now, it's suddenly. And all the people don't know about it that work there. And there's no warning. And then they have to, they can file for unemployment, of course. But it's just going into work and then all of a sudden it's not there has to be terrifying.
Very abrupt.
Yeah.
why would that many close at what? Like, maybe there's just too many Pizza Huts. I'm sure one would have done well. 15, you're competing with yourself, but I think one would crush it.
I'll be a little more generous. I'd say 3 for the region would have been okay, but there was 15. Like,
I mean, that's an aggressive amount in a region, but I really do think, like, just a few would have made it.
This is terrible.
Too hasty.
Terrible news.
I'm devastated. You talk about the employees, waking up one day not having a job. Imagine your local Pizza Hut being gone in the blink of an eye.
Like, you just expect to go there. Well, Friday we're going to Pizza Hut.
This happened with you and I, Brian, in our neighborhood with the Burger King on Irving Park and Clark. One day there was a Whopper. The next day there wasn't.
Not only that, there was graffiti over the building in like 30 seconds.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. These Pizza Huts, these red roofs, these institutions, pillars of the neighborhood, they're also going to get graffitied.
Don't you love when a Pizza Hut gets turned into something else, though? Because it's so obviously an old Pizza Hut.
I love where your head's at, but I'd rather have the Pizza Hut.
I'm like, well, that dentist was obviously a Pizza Hut.
With the red awning there.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
All right. Well, listen, we feel bad for anybody listening that worked at one of those Pizza Huts because obviously there was a lot of employees of Northwest Indiana at them. And, yeah, I guess to find some pizza somewhere else. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And Lauren's coming in, recovering from picnic. And just one more shout out about all y'all that came out to picnic, made it the most amazing over the weekend. And we just saw walking on the hallway our people, Dan and Janine, and the behind-the-scenes people, Johnny, and everybody else. Like, I'll miss somebody if I try to go. James, of course, who booked the bands, and everybody that did stuff at Q101 behind the scenes, shout out because it was epic. Picnic at the Taste of Randolph. Pictures and videos, Q101.com, and all of our socials. Case, what do you got for takeaways from you? What are you seeing?
Corey from Orland Park checked in. He said, new to Lala this year, public executions.
Fourth stage.
Bring your cheaters.
Yeah, no, Kenzie's organizing that whole entire event.
It's going to be a sponsor. Coke. You want to get behind it.
Go ahead, Kenzie.
708 takeaway. Brian Stangs and Kenzie was the executive producer of the show Cheaters.
Yeah, their skills are relentless.
Second to none.
Yeah.
Amen. I'm here to help.
And finally, takeaway from me is that Dean, when we do check-ins early at the 6 o'clock hour for how your weekend was, give us a highlight of the weekend. Dean is in the all-time Hall of Fame now for calling up this morning in the 6 o'clock hour.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's the weather?
How's it going? Doing good.
Hey, let me tell you, I had such a great weekend. My buddy got married on Saturday. I went to a Greek fest on Sunday. Hey, I had such a good time. Completely forgot to go to work yesterday.
Amen, brother. If I had a nickel.
Hey, and not even like I blew it off. I'm talking completely slipped my mind. Hey, so I got to say to my boss, Luke, if you're listening, buddy, I am sorry.
Wow.
You're like, that one's on me. That one's my bad.
I'll eat that one, Coach. That was on me.
Now, I've got to ask, please tell me you're not like an air traffic controller or something that you missed
No. Just a semi-truck driver, you know?
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's...
Listen, Amazon deliveries probably didn't make it on time yesterday. Hopefully no last-minute bothers taking it to
Hey,
work.
believe it or not, we're delivering material to make steel, baby, so they didn't make nothing yesterday.
Thank you, Dean, for checking in, and your apology to your boss is noted. Luke, give our guy Dean a break here. He just...
That's on him. He's going to eat that one, Coach.
Look, he just completely forgot. It's okay. There was no scam going on.
I can't breathe.
Well, that happened at 6 this morning, and what a way to get started. Wow, Dean, thank you, brother. Case, what's going on in the podcast besides that?
That's on the podcast, as well as maybe the greatest single Clash with Kenzie game of all time this morning. That is on the podcast. And
let's go.
Let's go.
If you think somebody's cheating on you, Kenzie has a way to find definitive proof. All that and more. Brian and Kenzie podcast. Let me try it one more time. Let's go.
No, I'm not going to go anywhere with you.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.